So let us continue from where we stopped in tutorial number 2, whereby we had already invited our Scrum team by sending them emails, and each of the developers must have received an email notification. So let us try to check their email addresses and see the type of notifications they received. So if I come onto the account for the developer number 1, he got an invitation to join the Scrum team. And if we visit the account for developer number 2, he also got an invitation to join the Scrum team. So now that we are having our team ready, the Scrum Master must go ahead and define stories, add tasks to the stories. But before we create a story, we must go ahead and create what we call an epic. So to create an epic, you must go to the roadmap. And to the roadmap, just type the name of your epic. So our epic is going to be a meal ordering system. Hit enter. So our epic will be created. This is our epic. Now to create the story onto the epic, just click on the epic and click attach issue. So to attach issue, our issue is going to be a story, and our first story is going to be about the authentication, in a way that our API must be authenticated to prevent unauthorized users to use our API. So the first story is going to be user authentication. So we create the story. Now the second story is going to be mail management. Mail management. And after managing the mail, we must manage the menu. So our third story is going to be the menu management. Menu management. And our fourth story will be deployment. We must deploy the API. And after deploying the API, we should go ahead and document or make a documentation for the API. Documentation. So as you see, we are having 5 stories. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 stories we have created. Now we must go ahead and attach what we call tasks onto the stories. And let us click on our first story, which is user authentication. And when we click on it, we can use this button, add child issue. So the add child issue, we are going to add a task. And the first task will be user registration. So user registration, and we shall create our task. From user registration, once a user is registered, the user must be able to log in. So we must create a task for user login. And after the user logging in, the user must be able to get his profile or to see his profile. So our third task onto the auth story is going to be user profile. User profile. And at times there might be scenarios when a user wants to refresh his token. So the task, let us call it user token refreshment. User token refreshment. And also within the authentication process, a user must be able to log out. So we must have a task for the log out. User log out. So for now, we have created an epic, which epic we called mail ordering system. We went ahead and added stories onto our epic. And the first story was user authentication. After adding the user authentication story, we created issues inside that story. And the issues we are going to be working on under the user authentication will be user registration, whereby the API user must be registered, and after registration, that user can be able to log in, and after logging in, the user can be able to see his profile, and after seeing the profile, the user must also be able to refresh the token, and also the user must be able to log out. So we have defined our first story inside our epic. So let us conclude this tutorial, and in the next tutorial we shall be adding tasks into the second story, which is the mail management. So let us meet in the next tutorial. Thanks for watching. Do not forget to subscribe and comment.